Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I'm here today for the very first ever Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol video. That is right, my friends. We can finally talk about everything, give you guys all the updates, just everything that you need to know about what's going on for this series and just Dragon Ball Super in general, because there were a lot of crazy things that happened at that Genki Daimatsuri event, which that was, by the way, the best event ever of all time for anything, dog. Like, that is... I will glaze that event until I'm dead, because they just did such an excellent job of giving us, the fans, everything that we wanted. We got a brand new game that looks very interesting, and then obviously the anime's coming back, right? Now, this is a very weird situation on how they're handling this, and I want to go over all the information that has been presented, as well as stuff from some good sources and everything, so that we can kind of figure out like what is happening with the series right now, okay, and what to expect for, at least the end of the year. They did confirm that the Beerus Saga, okay, Dragon Ball Super is not necessarily doing a remake. It's more of like an enhanced, remastered type of edition thing. It's hard to explain. They call it an enhanced version on the website, but let's just go over, first and foremost, the Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol stuff, and then we'll get into the Beerus stuff, okay? So on their official website, it says original work, story, and character design. Akira Toriyama anime, Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol set for production. Now, this is set for production, okay? This isn't like, this is definitely not coming anytime soon, right? We still have a while until we can see this. They don't have a date or an even estimate of when this is going to be out, right? But I know some people were saying, well, what about Toyotaro? Where's his credit and everything? And I know this is kind of like, it looks bad whenever they do it like this, but they're slapping on Akira Toriyama's name on this because he is the guy, right? Like, he is the original creator of Dragon Ball, right? So when you put Toriyama's name on something, it's like, whoa, like, this is the real shit. We got to be on this, right? We got to be watching this, okay? Nothing against Toyotaro. I love Toyotaro. He does an amazing job. He did, I think, most, or if not a majority, of a lot of the Dragon Ball Super stuff from like interviews that were stated. But obviously it's Toriyama's series. It's still his stuff, right? But I don't know what they're going to do in the future, but I digress, okay? So our first visual, you saw it right here. We have Goku and Vegeta in this really nice art style. It kind of looks similar to Shintani, but it's a little bit different. I don't know. I can't really confirm or say or even know who is doing the artwork for this, and I don't even know if the series will look like this, okay? This is just a key visual in a sense, right? So we'll have to see, right? Genki Daimatsuri event, we had everything kind of, being revealed. The newest arc in the franchise, the Galactic Patrol. And it's funny because there were some people who actually were like, we don't want this. Give us the MORO arc, right? Dragon Ball fans actually ain't reading their own series, dog. It's hilarious. No, I'm just, some of this shit is just too funny, okay? But again, voice of Son Goku, aka Masako Nozawa, and Akio Yoku were on stage. They talked about it and everything. There was a surprise announcement that was made about the production starting for Dragon Ball Super Galactic Patrol. Now here it is, right? This is what you need to know. The story will be following the Universe Survival arc of the anime Dragon Ball Super, which aired between 2015 and 2018. It also appears in the manga Dragon Ball as the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. Now, this is interesting, okay? They're saying the story will follow the Universe Survival arc of the anime Dragon Ball Super. Now, I don't know if I'm looking too deep into this, but it's very interesting that they're specifically saying the anime version of Dragon Ball Super, and they're also saying it also appeared in the manga as Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. So I'm wondering if they're going to make changes. Okay, can't say if that's going to be good or bad. We'll have to see when it happens, but they might be doing some different stuff, okay? They're trying to follow the series of, the OG Dragon Ball Super that we had first, okay? For those that don't know, Dragon Ball Super was an anime first before it was a manga. Weirdest shit ever, but that's just how they did it. The manga and the anime have a lot of differences, okay? Especially, like, really when you get to the Goku Black Saga and Tournament of Power, there are some really big major changes where you're just like, all right, this this ain't even the same shit anymore, right? But yeah, main character Son Goku and Vegeta work together with the members of the Galactic Patrol, the Peacekeepers of the Galaxy, to begin a super scale battle against a new enemy, Planet Eater MORO, okay? So there's your 100% confirmation. MORO is on his way. I cannot believe these words are coming out of my mouth right now. Like, I'm in disbelief, guys. We've waited like 10 years for this shit. Maybe not that long, but it's almost been 10 years, right? It's ridiculous how long we've waited to see this happen and come into fruition, and all that patience is paying off, right? I mean, we got to be more patient because there's still probably a while until we'll see it, but we're getting there, right? So teaser visual showing Goku and Vegeta standing with the Galactic Patrol symbol is revealed. Again, yeah, for those that didn't notice it, yeah, they have that specific Galactic Patrol symbol. Jocko, he has that, and he was originally in the Galactic Patrol, the only character that we kind of have, I guess, in the series until we get to this point, right? And you'll see Meris. Is it Meris or Miris? So let's go ahead and shift gears here, okay? We're going to switch on over to the official DragonBallSuper.com website, okay? Now, another thing, the final big announcement that took place, okay, which, again, very interesting that they did it like this, but they probably did this because they wanted to get the big stuff out there for the people that wanted it, right? And then get this out here just to be like, hey, we have a little extra, a little good extra, and this is something that's coming very soon, okay? Dragon Ball Super Beerus, as you can see, it is represented with the brand new logo that the Galactic Patrol has, okay? This is the Dragon Ball Super logo that I guess they're going to be using going forward. As you can see, it's very galactic based. It's blue instead of that orangish kind of color, and it has the little stars in space and everything. So that is a major change for at least that, but it's just mainly like a color change. So Beerus, okay, which is the Battle of God Saga, if you want to call it that. That's basically what this is. This is a full anime that they're doing that's going to be coming in the fall of 2026, okay? As you can see, we have a key visual. It looks very good. Yes, I know this is using Yamamoto style. It is back. I can't really say why they're still going for this style, but at the same time, I guess I understand because this is still utilizing stuff from the original anime. Like there are like cuts and frames and things that are still pretty much the same from the original anime that weren't awful, because there were some points that didn't look horrible. But if you guys remember the original, I mean, at least first 5 episodes in just the original series for the first couple of arcs, I would even say going up to like the 30 episodes, it was looking atrocious. Like this, not only did the animation look bad, but the art looked bad. Like it was bad, man. Like if you were there watching this every single week, you guys know how hard it was. And even me, like I kind of dabbled into a couple episodes, but I think just seeing how bad it was for the first couple, I just kind of didn't want to watch it. I know that sounds really bad, but that's just kind of what happened to me back in like 2015. And then it wasn't until I saw, oh, they're doing new stuff. Who's this character? Hey, there's a new Saiyan, Kaba. Like, what is all this? This is new stuff that I haven't seen before. Because Beerus and Resurrection F, I already saw the movies. The movies look great. Why did I need to see the anime again? You know what I mean? So I only jumped on it whenever there was new shit coming, right? But this is the third time, basically, we're seeing this arc, okay, take place. So let's go ahead and read the description to kind of get a better understanding of what the fuck this is. Like, why are they doing this again? And I'm going to explain it. The globally beloved manga Dragon Ball by Akira Toriyama continues to captivate fans through a wide range of media, from TV, animation, movies, games, and merchandising, standing as a top-ranked title with extraordinary worldwide popularity. Now in 2026, the anime Dragon Ball Super, based on Toriyama's original work, story, and character design, is set to begin anew as Dragon Ball Super Beerus. This enhanced edition introduces a large volume of newly added and redrawn cuts, okay? Big focus, newly added and redrawn cuts. So there are going to be differences, okay, in this, right? As well as a reconstructed narrative with cutting-edge visual expression. The series delivers even more immersive battle scenes and a more faithful representation of the original manga, bringing an enhanced edition to life like never before. That is huge. This is basically what, we were kind of expecting from what the leak said and everything. This is how they should do it, right? If they're going to do it, they're going to make it look better. cleaner, right? More consistent, and that's what we saw in the trailer. Everything looked great. It was beautiful. Like, honestly, even with Yamamoto's art style and everything, as long as it's consistent and they're doing it, well, and they're drawing it well, it'll look good. It honestly looks good, right? And the big thing is that it's got a reconstructed narrative and being more faithful, as a more faithful representation to the original manga, which they're saying is, Dragon Ball Super's manga, which is kind of weird. I know that's weird, but because the anime was first and then the manga was after, but yeah, that seems to be what they're going for, okay? And I think even from what I looked at in some of the stuff in the trailer, it does look like it's utilizing things specifically from the manga. You know what I mean? So we know this. We know the premise. We know what to expect. But at the same time, there will be some changes, okay? Now, I'm not expecting any major crazy stuff, okay? I don't expect that they're going to have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in this or Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't think they're going to do that, okay? If they do end up doing that, that would be awesome. But I still think that Daima is kind of just its own separate thing. I'm just going to keep my expectation that way so that I'm not expecting to see that kind of stuff. And I know people will be like, well, that's ass. This is shit. It's not canon, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it's whatever, I'm just glad it's back. I'm glad we're getting a different kind of variant of this. And it's enhanced. It looks better. This is going to be great, right? So, shout out to Anime AJ because they put this out here. I'm not sure where their source is, but they seem very reliable. So they said, fun fact, this was called Dragon Ball Super Kai internally. That's hilarious, right? You'll find Battle of Gods is now 6 episodes long. I don't remember how long it was in the anime, but that is a significant cut down to the point where this is pretty short, which is good. Okay, we don't want this drawn out. We want this basically to be kind of like the movie that's like cut up, but looks better and has some changes, right? This is good. This is very good news. I mean, at least in my opinion, right? And they said also the Golden Frieza arc, Resurrection F, will follow the same length later. So we have pretty much, I don't want to say 100% confirmation, okay, because we'll see when we'll see it, but it seems like that's what they're going to do. They'll probably have it Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and the next it'll be Dragon Ball Super Frieza, or Golden Frieza, or Resurrection Frieza. I don't know. They'll give it a cool title, right? And who knows? I don't really know if they're going to be doing every single arc. Keep in mind, there are not a lot of arcs, right? Dragon Ball Super is pretty short. We have Beerus, Resurrection F, aka Golden Frieza. Then we have the Universe 6 vs. 7 tournament. Then we have the Goku Black / Future Trunks saga. And then we have Tournament of Power. That's only 5 arcs, right? Dragon Ball Super is pretty short in terms of what we had in the original anime until we get to MORO, Galactic Patrol, and then we have, Granola, and then it would go into Superhero, okay? I guess you could throw in Broly in there as well, but I don't know if they would even do an anime thing for that. I have no idea. So if they do make Broly into an anime, then that's 6, right? That's 6 arcs. Right before we get into MORO. Because if I recall correctly, MORO should be after Broly, right? Yeah, I think so. And then after that, it's Granola, and then it's Superhero. I know it's weird, but that's just how they did it, okay? So they're saying it's a remaster, not a full remake, right? Which, I mean, you could call it a remaster, you could call it a remake, whatever you want, right? At the end of the day, it's just a better looking version in a sense, okay? But they're saying it's a more ambitious version of Fishman Island Remastered from One Piece, which that's a thing that they had, right? So a more ambitious version, that's great, man. This is good. This is all good to me. And the reason why, okay, they're doing this, people were like, well, what? We don't need a Dragon Ball Super, remaster enhanced edition. Like, nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this. And while that may be true, I'm not saying that I needed this. Like, oh, God, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. We've gone how many years? Almost, again, 10 years with this same looking anime, right? And again, shout out to Anime AJ because they show a comparison. Look at this difference. Whenever you see it, this is one of those things where you're like, I didn't know I needed this until now. I mean, at least for me, because I'm seeing this. Look at the difference, dog. Dragon Ball Super in 2015 compared to 2026. This shit look beautiful, bro. It's just a frame of Goku's eye, and it looks so good compared to what we had before. It's like comparing a child's drawing with true peak art. I'm over exaggerating. I'm glazing it. I know, but it just looks so much better. The way it's drawn, you can see like it's like hand drawn, like kind of like the Broly movie style, not specifically Shintani style, but the way One Piece, modern One Piece looks, and how Daima kind of looked, and even this looks. You can see like the almost like a thicker outline. Like whatever that they were doing back in 2015, even with One Piece and Dragon Ball Super, Toei Animation was not cooking back then. That shit was looking bad, bro. It was not looking good at all. Unless you had some, really good animation sequences and a specific person on there, like, Yuya Takahashi. Or if you had Shintani, sorry, not Shintani. We know Shintani is Broly. What is it? Shida. Whenever the crazy fluid animation that he's known for, like when you had those guys on, it was looking good. You were sitting there like, damn, why couldn't this shit look like that all the time, right? But this is looking amazing right here, bro. Look at this explosion. Beerus took a giant fart, blew it up, so you went, oh shit, and then boom, and it looks amazing. Like, dog, look at these differences. Like, you cannot sit there and tell me that Dragon Ball Super in 2015 look good. Like there's no universe, there's no opinion to be stated. Like this is a massive improvement. Like just the overall environment that they have, the filters and everything, the lighting. Oh my god, dude. Like it's beautiful. It looks so good. So they have a whole thread of it. You can go check it out. I'm not going to go over everything on that. But yeah, why are we doing this? Okay, why are we getting this remake slash enhanced edition? Okay, the reason is because I think they are honestly they're very ashamed of how it turned out, right? And I don't blame them. Okay, I would be too if I'm trying to push out a brand new arc and bring back this series, right? I want people who have never watched the series to be able to watch it in the best way possible, right? So even if you haven't watched the series and you're new to Dragon Ball, all the people that have already watched it, I mean, hey, I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch Dragon Ball Super just to get a refresher. Like, I know what happens. I got a good idea, but I'd like to get all the good details, okay? Anytime a new arc starts for an anime that I've already watched, okay? For example, My Hero Academia. They started their final season, okay? And it concluded. I went back and I rewatched all 6 to 7 other seasons that they had, okay? I rewatched it from the beginning, and I caught up, and I finished up the final arc or whatever, and it was beautiful. I was able to watch everything in its entirety, get a refresher and a recap pretty much on everything that I needed to know, and that's the way you should do it. You know what I'm saying? There are things that, sometimes when you rewatch an anime, you're kind of like, you watch an new anime arc, there are things that you're like, oh, well, I don't remember that. Like, even if they do a recap, like, there are details and things that you just don't, sometimes you just don't remember. You know what I mean? And, Dragon Ball Super, this shit's almost 10 years old. So yeah, you do got to go back. And hey, if you don't want to watch the new version of it, you can go watch the movies, right? Those are good versions too, but I think this might actually look better. This could potentially look better just depending on how animation goes, right? Frames and everything, I mean, it does look good from the trailer. It does look very good, but I'm talking for the really good fight scenes. Like, hopefully they're cooking with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is a big change right here. I do like how this one looks, but I really do like the white out eyes on the original, but it's not a big deal. It still looks great. This looks fucking amazing. So we are so back. I am excited. Dragon Ball Super, we got the Beerus Saga coming back, and it's going to look beautiful. We're able to pick that back up, watch it. It'll only be 6 episodes, probably going to be weekly. Hopefully it's like that. I like it that way. They do drop it weekly. We have, get a little taste of it, you know what I mean, for 6 weeks. And it gives them more time to produce the next arc, and then so on and so forth, right? So if we go by this, right, and we say they do up until Tournament of Power, let's not include Broly just in case, because I don't know if they're going to be doing that. Let's say they do reanimate or re-enhance everything. So we have fall of 2026, Could we potentially see a spring or summer release, maybe 2 arcs per year? Let's say we go like that, okay? That's best case scenario. Not sure if that's gonna be possible, but I mean, they're just touching up things, making it look, you know, a little bit better. So I feel like it's not like they're doing complete, full, fresh animation and, you know, drawings for this, right? They're just making it look better. They're doing some parts of it better, right? So let's say best case scenario, 2 seasons per year. So we have Beerus at the end of this year. Let's say Resurrection F and Universe 6 versus 7 next year in 2027. 2028 would be Goku Black and finally Tournament of Power, okay? And I don't know how much they would condense it down for those, because those are much longer arcs, right? Future Trunks / Goku Black Saga and Tournament of Power are probably the longer, meatier parts of the series. So if we go by that and they do it like that, then we could probably see Galactic Patrol sometime, probably maybe by 2029. And I know that's a long way away, but I mean, we're not getting the Demon Slayer movies until like 2029, like the end of that shit either. So I mean, we just stay healthy. Take care of yourselves, right? We gotta stay alive to witness all this. And we've waited so long for this. I know we can wait a little bit longer, and we want to make sure this is good. We don't want them to feel like they're rushing this, okay? Because it'll be so satisfying when we get to see some of the best shit ever. Some of the best 2 arcs in Dragon Ball Super finally animated for us in beautiful quality, animation. Like, just think about, you see how like JJK just looks so fucking awesome right now? Like, people are just, they're just shitting their pants every episode. You know what I mean? So you think of how good that shit is, but we get it with Dragon Ball. You know? We get that level of quality and hype for Dragon Ball. It'll be peak. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell if you're new to the channel. Welcome! I got a lot of videos coming for y'all. That's all Dragon Ball.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.